What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Gettle Hyundai Genesis of Lakewood, Florida, and today I'm checking out this 2022 Genesis GV70. Now this is the 2.5T as far as the engine, and today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of it. So we're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, jump inside of it. At the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a spin with me. Guys, before you do that, do me one quick favor, hit that subscribe button before we get back to this vehicle. Well, before we get close and personal with this particular vehicle, let's talk Genesis for a second. So Genesis started off as a luxury trim of a Hyundai vehicle, and until 2015, that was just that. They had a Hyundai Genesis 4-door and a Hyundai Genesis 2-door, which is, by the way, one of the coolest looking coupes till this point, I think. And then it separated. It actually became its own brand, and you started seeing more on Hyundai Genesis dealership. But they only had sedans up until a few years ago when they introduced the first SUV, and it was called the GV80. And for this model year, last year they came up with this, which is a GV70. Quickly stirring things up, creating lots of waves in the smaller SUV market, because this has been named by multiple magazines the SUV or crossover of the year for 2022 already, and we're still in 2022. Guys, this is one of the most beautiful vehicles that you can ever see, and if this design reminds you of something, maybe like a Bentley Bentayga, and that is because it was designed by the same person. Mr. Sungyo Lee, and I hope I pronounce it correctly, was the main and lead Bentley designer, and Hyundai or Genesis snatched them along with his colleague who was his boss at Bentley, and they created this. But this is not the only vehicle that they're responsible for. He is also responsible for a wildly popular 2010 Chevy Camaro, or a 2015 or 16 Bentayga, and now this. So you can see some of the characteristics of this British ultra luxury automaker in the Hyundai models right now, or the Genesis models. So let's take a look at this particular vehicle. First of all, if you like the color, they call it the Barossa Burgundy, and it's a very unique color for a very unique vehicle. If you look at the hood is massive. It's very long and kind of overlaps on top of the grille, on top of the headlights, but it also has a very unique design right in the middle right here. It has this wings forward, the Genesis logo that creates this indent inside this hood, and that kind of dissipates towards the end, towards the windshield, and then the two distinct body lines raised up right on both sides. And the lights, if you look at the lights, you can see the same lights on the GV80, the G80, and the new G70 as well, which is the dual stacked fully LED lights. Very nice, very bright, very unique. As far as the grille, you have this crest grille, and it's chrome, but it's not just a shiny bright chrome, it is more of that smoky chrome, looking very unique. Looking down right here, you have some of the actual air curtains, functional air curtains, in this very nice design of the bottom bumper. And then you have some chrome in here and a lot of open spaces to help with cooling of this vehicle. Now, I've checked out the 3.5 in my last review. Let's pop this up. Let's see how this 2.5 liter engine looks. let's walk up on here. But before I look at the engine, I want to point out one thing. It also has the front view camera, so that is equipped with the 360. And if you look at this, the hood's got 2 struts on both sides, and then it does have some sound insulation, so that's for noise insulation on the inside of the cabin. And you can also see those braces right here for better performance and better rigidity. And the engine right here on top of the engine that says turbo, it is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine, 300 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. As far as the performance, it was tested at about 6.0 seconds 0 to 60, so flat 6 seconds 0 to 60. Not too bad. It is less powerful by 75 horsepower than the other engine that's available, and the other one is a 3.5 liter turbo V6. Love the profile of this vehicle. It definitely looks like this ultra luxury Bentley, but it also has some characteristics maybe of a Infinity, if you will. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, what you think it reminds you for, but it definitely has its own identity as well. Now, this particular vehicle is equipped with the Advanced package and the Select package. It does not have a Sport package, so hence you have the smaller wheels. These are 19-inch wheels, 235 on the width, 55 on the tire size, and I like the design of the wheels. It's kind of very, very unique. It's also not as shiny. It is aluminum, but it's not that shiny aluminum. It has a little bit toned down. Now you can see I got close to the door handle. I have the key in my pocket, so the door is locked, but if I wanted to unlock it, all I have to do is stick my hand inside of the door handle. You can see the turn signal, the LED turn signal blinks. Mirror is fully loaded. The caps are the same color as the rest of the vehicle. Now it does have the blind spot assist. It does have the camera right underneath here as well, so it's fully 360. Now the surroundings of the windows are chrome, and then of course the panels are, or the pillars are painted the same color as the rest of this vehicle, and does have this pretty cool looking window in the back. Now it is the 2-seater, so this one is more for a view from the, or visibility from the inside of the vehicle than anything else. Bottom of it, you can see another luxury accent, and that's that chrome piece right here. Well, let's see what it looks like from the back. I love the sleek design in the back of it. In particular right here, look at the spoiler. It is very nice and long. It extends quite a bit over this portion right here, and it has this huge third brake light that's incorporated in here, fully LED. Wiper right here. I wish they had a way of hiding it underneath here, but maybe on the second gen. But I also found a way of incorporating something into this wiper, because that's where the button is to actually open up this rear power gate. If you look at the lights, fully LED lights, the double stacked lights, nice, visible. Then you hit the lock button so you can see it, very nice. You can see that from a distance. GV70, Genesis spelled out. It's a 4-wheel drive right here. And then if you look at this bottom portion of this bumper, very nice, very interesting. It does have this reflector light in here, but then if you look at the exhaust tips, all right, these are real. This is not a fake exhaust tip, so huge shout out for Genesis for doing that. And then this bottom portion right here, it's got a little bit of chrome, and then the rest of it is painted the same color as the rest of the vehicle. Now what's interesting, if you're looking for the reverse lights, they're right at the very bottom of here, and then of course a rear view camera. So let me push this button right here. Now let's open up this gate, see how much room we have. Not bad, definitely competitive in the class. So behind the third row seats, nothing too crazy in this compartment. Right over here, you do have the levers to pull if you wanted to fold the second row seats on both sides. That's it. There's no lights in here, which would be nice to have, just especially if you're loading at night. What's underneath the floor? Okay, so you have a little bit of a compartment right underneath here, but I'm going to go a little bit further and pull that a little bit more, so you have the tools to remove your wheel, and then underneath this tray you actually have a spare tire. So this is a nice feature too, and if the seats were folded flat, you'd have a lot more room. I just did the adjustment to the front seat to make sure I'm comfortable in here, and I'm sitting behind it. I'm 6 feet tall. So if you're 6 feet tall and you have somebody that's 6 feet tall sitting behind you, it is not going to be the most comfortable one. Now, I'm not touching or barely touching my knees to the front seat. There's plenty of shoulder room. I have plenty of headroom as well, but you know, it would be nice if it had just a little bit more. So it is kind of snug in here. Interior is beautiful. Let me show it to you. Let's start with the door panel in the back right here. So you can see it is very luxurious. It does have this soft touch plastic. It does have a little bit of trim right underneath here. This is all leather wrapped and does have this super interesting trim. I'm not even sure of how to call it. It does have like this pearl mask maybe or something like this. It does have the Lexicon stereo. It is a Lexicon branded speaker underneath here. And then what else do we have? Just your regular window and lock controls. Now take a look at the seats, leather wrapped seats. Now it does have some contrast stitching, some tubings on the side, very nice. It's perforated in the middle, solid on the outside. And the third seat, if you don't use it, you can actually use it as a console with the cup holders here. Now if you are sitting in the back and you want to move the front seat, you can actually do that by pressing these buttons, which is pretty cool. Now you can only do that to a passenger, you can't do that to the driver. And in the middle console you have some vents, additional vents, and you can see, look at this, there is some ambient lighting coming in from underneath that. That's cool, right? Have a little bit of storage underneath here, and then you have your regular household outlet as well as the charger, the 2 USB ports right underneath here. Now it does have a pretty sizable hump in the middle, so that would prevent the third person from being comfortable at all. Now seat back pockets have this netting in the back, and that is it. Now let's check it out. Let's hear how this door closes. Boom, nice, solid, pretty heavy door, I gotta tell you. And look at the door panel, same as the back. Love this trim right here. I'm not sure what that is. You have a bunch of controls. You have 2 memory seat settings right there. You have the mirror window lock controls, the whole 9 yards, and it is all in this nice polished aluminum. Of course, the leather wrapping in the front as well, Lexicon stereo. And then let's check this out. Now this is premium. We go in and check out some of the features, but let's look at the left of the steering wheel. You can turn off that engine on or off button, and then you can see, again, you see this ambient lighting. I hope you can, that red one right there. And then you also can adjust the dimming, and then this is the hill descent assist and your traction control that you can turn off. Now the steering wheel is fully powered, right? So it does have the tilt telescoping steering wheel. Genesis right on the door sill. Both driver and passenger seat have a bunch of adjustments. They're all, of course, electric adjustments on both of the seats. Well, let me show you what the rest of it looks like. Check this out, guys. Is this Genesis or is it a Bentley or a lot more luxurious vehicle? Are you kidding me? Every time I sit in one of them, I am so pleasantly surprised by this vehicle. Let's check this out. First of all, let's take a glimpse at it, how it looks. Look, there's like no vents, no visible vents, because they're incorporated in this portion right here that divides this dashboard. Now the top of this dashboard is nice and soft plastic. The bottom part right here, this is leather wrapped. You can see this contrast stitching. Then of course you have a glove box compartment right there. Then you have the screen for the air conditioning, for the climate control. And then right on top of here, 14.5-inch display. This is your main display, standard on all the GV70s. Now steering wheel, nice multifunctional steering wheel, big Genesis logo right here. Bunch of buttons. Let's take a look at some of them. Now you have this mode button right here. When you press it, basically it opens up a screen on this infotainment system, and then you can customize it. You can put it at one of those options right here: reject end call, change hands-free calling device, privacy mode, voice memo, home, map, reroute, cancel route, radio, media, on, off. So there's so many features that you can set up this little button on. So this is a multifunctional button. You can customize it to whatever you want it to be, as long as it's one of those approved options, right? So you have your volume control, and then you have your media sources on this side, and you have your cruise control, and then you can set up the distance between you and the car in front of you. And then you can also have the plus minus replay and then pause. This is the button right here. And then you have this little pages button that controls what's going on in the middle here. So let me set the camera right here, and let's check out this instrument cluster right here. So it looks like the screen is kind of divided. I mean, you have this digital portion on the right hand side, and then still the analog portion on the left hand side. And let's see what's in the middle right here, because this is the pages that you can customize. So let's go through some of them. Compass, trip, lane keep assist basically, right? And that's it. There's not too many of them. But inside of each of them, you can select different content. So this is your torque meter, engine temperature, tire pressure, attention level, accumulated info, drive info back here. Let's hit it one more time. Let's see if we can customize anything in here. Not really. Let's see if it does have one of my favorite features. Let me turn the turn signals to the right. And there you go. This is your blind spot monitor to the right and then to the left. So this is one of the favorite features of any of the vehicles out there. Hyundai and Kia puts it in a lot of their vehicles. So this is very, very nice. Now, this massive 14.5-inch display, right? You can select to use it different ways, okay? Is this touchscreen? Yes, it is. So you can do it touchscreen if you're willing to reach out that far. It's actually not too far, but I would probably prefer using this controller right here. First of all, I'm used to it because I used to have Mercedeses, and that's how they used to do it. And second of all, it is a lot closer to me than this screen. So you have several different options on the menu: map, navigation, Sirius XM, media, HD, radio data, phone, Genesis connected services, phone projection. Let's go back in here for a second here, and let's see. It is not wireless. Why? Why it's not wireless? All right. Well, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, not wireless. Voice memo, setup, valet mode, seat. Check this out. All right. We can adjust the passenger seat controls. Oh, so I can adjust the passenger seat without actually leaving my seat. That is pretty convenient. Quiet mode, that adjusts the speakers to a maximum level 7, I believe. There you go. It will be limited to value 25, so it's different on each one. But it will turn off the rear speakers. Climate control, right? Nice animation, seeing of where the climate control is coming out. And then you can do the climate settings right here. All of them are on, but you can actually turn them on or off as you like. And then go back to notifications and the owner's manual right there. Now I want to see something. Setup, vehicle. Let's go here. Look how many customization settings are there. There's tons of them. Actually, vehicle settings, driver's assistance, drive modes. You can adjust the different drive modes, which is pretty cool. Active sound design. Ooh, largest change. Let's see how that's going to sound in the active sound design. Cluster. You can customize your cluster. Illumination, cluster, theme selection, service interval, content selection. You can select what you see basically in the middle screen right there. Very nice. Oil change reminder, welcome sound, etc. So lots of customization. But I want to see the lights. Check out the ambient lighting. All right. Now you can see that it is in red, and we can change that to aquamarine white, pearl white, topaz yellow, brown, red. Ooh, several different colors. This is so cool. All right. Change that to blue, let's say, and that changes the whole ambient lighting system. Very nice. Let's go back to one-touch signal, welcome mirror, light, high beam assist, headlight delay. That goes back to everything as far as the setup, navigation, display, guidance, alerts, map. Now you can see now as I'm playing with this, the navigation or the map is still on the right hand side because the screen is really connected or divided into 3. Like this is your main screen right here, right? It's got the date, it's got the time, and you know, if you touch it, come on, there you go. You can select the map to be displayed on the entire screen. Look at this, look how big it is, look how bright, very nice. Let me put it actually in reverse so we can check out the rear view camera right there. All right, you can see this navigation is still there, the map is still there, and then super nice quality this is what I'm talking about. I've done a few vehicles not too long ago that I was complaining about the quality of the camera. I'm not sure if you can see it. I tried to get close, but this is very nice quality. It is a 360, right? You have the 360 view, where you can actually move this vehicle around, I believe. There you go. I wish it was the same color as the vehicle, but that's okay. It's still pretty cool. You can have different settings as far as the display. And then, of course, we have the wide angle, narrow angle from the top down in case you're towing something. And then the side angles for both sides for tight parking. So that is your rear view camera. Put it in park, so we get out of here. Also, what happens when you put it in reverse, just to help you with backing up, your mirrors kind of folded down a little bit so you can see, you know, what's on the ground behind you, which is a pretty cool feature. All right, and let's move on to this. So we've seen that you can actually select this to be in your main screen, because you have the ability to have the climate control right here. We've seen that, right? But if you don't want to just go and look up the settings, you can actually change everything right here. And this is super nice. This screen, it's very unobstructed. It is right there. Heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, fan speed, I'm sorry, where the air is coming out of. You can select it. See top, middle, bottom, all of them. You can set it on auto. Okay, you can sync it, you can unsync it, however you want to do it. Tons of custom features. Map, navigation, another custom button right here. You can customize it. When I hit that, it goes back to the screen over here, and it says what we can do with this. So very nice customization. Radio media setup, your hazard lights. Here's your drive modes. Here's your park assist. Okay, it says press the button to display the camera view, press hold to activate the parking. This is your parking sensors, you can turn them on and off. Volume and tune. So this is your volume and power. Turn that off. And this tune, you can select different stations, you can select different sources, etc. This is how you control it. This is very nice to the touch. It's actually cold to the touch, even though I know it's not like real crystal and stuff, but it's very nice. And then you have your gear selector right there. You also have the auto hold, just in case you don't know what that is. If you pull up to the stoplight, you press your brake. If this feature is on, you can let your foot off the brake, and then the vehicle is not going to roll until you hit the accelerator. And of course, to put it in park is this big P right here. Cup holders. You do have a wireless charger, and then you have 2 USB ports. If you don't want to see that, you can close that. Nice. And then over here you have an additional storage compartment, 12-volt outlet. And then moving on, right up here, do we have, this is your regular mirror. I'm looking to see if it does have this rear view camera mirror, but it doesn't. I wish it did, maybe on other models. Sunglass holder. And then you have the lights. These are not touch lights, you actually have to press the button to turn them on. And then you have this panoramic sunroof, nicely tinted. It gives you just enough light, but if you open it up, see how much brighter it is. And then it has this nice windscreen over here. So this is the interior of it, guys. I'm really excited to take it for a spin. We've done the 3.5 liter in the past. Now let's see how this 2.5 liter turbo performs. Well, guys, the vehicle is running. I'm ready to take it for a spin. Before we do that, let's quickly go through what this particular vehicle has as far as the equipment. So this is a 2022 GV70 all-wheel drive 2.5, and it does have the advanced package and select package. So base price, MSRP is $41,500. Now we have to add the color to it. That Barossa Burgundy cost $575, and then the select package, which includes the wheels, the panoramic sunroof, the aluminum trim, and the Lexicon premium stereo is $4,000. The advanced package, This is that big package, right? It's $41.50, and that includes the leather seating surfaces, Waveline backlit trim, surround view monitor, remote smart parking assist, parking distance warning, parking collision avoidance, avoidance rear occupant alert. This plus a couple of options like the cargo net, cargo cover, wheel locks, destination charge makes the grand total for this vehicle at $51,655. So the other one that I've done, the 3.5, when it first came out, was about over $64,000, so just about $15,000 more than this one right here. Now, I have this vehicle in reverse, and it didn't roll, and that's because I have this auto hold on. But I wanted to point it out because this is the rear view camera, right? So we've checked that out already, but I also want to point it out that it does have this trajectory lines in the front, in the back. So if you want to move it up, you can easily do that. I can't tell you how I like this, and this tells you, like, if I would put it in the drive, this is going to tell you of where this vehicle is going to go, and it's going to give you that warning, say, hey, don't go because there's an obstacle in front. So really nice technology as far as that. But I'm really curious as how this 2.5 liter engine performs. I know that the 3.5 liter was a beast, 375 horsepower. This one we have about 75 horsepower less. But nevertheless, it should be pretty good. I've tested. Check out the turning radius. The wheel is all the way to the left. I have 1, 2, 3, just a bit off the fourth one. So this is my archaic way of measuring the turning radius on the vehicles. Kind of gives me a comparison without really being too scientific, but that is pretty tight. And I got to tell you another thing that I like about this, how quiet it is on the inside. So it's got the very nice sound insulation. You can barely hear the engine. I have a feeling that it's about to change when I accelerate it, but I haven't done that yet. So it's going to be my true first drive of this vehicle other than in the parking lot here. And I am in which mode? I'm in the comfort mode. By the way, if I haven't told you about the modes, it does have the Snow, Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom mode. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 modes. One of them you can customize it to your liking. And I just switched that to the Sport mode because I kind of want to see how dynamic this vehicle is and how it actually performs in the 2.5 liter configuration versus the 3.5 liter configuration. All right. There's nobody behind us. This is an open stretch of road. I'm not going to be able to do a 0 to 60, but at least it's going to check out the acceleration overall. Let's do it. Well, we got about 50, which is very nice. It's quick. It's not as quick as the 3.5. Definitely can feel that difference in horsepower. But guys, it's also about $15,000 less expensive than the other one. So if you're budget conscious, or if you want to have all of the amenities that this one has, but without breaking the bank, definitely check that out. I still think it's very much in line with German competition like the GLC and the X3, the base one, engine with the base engines. We're not talking about the AMG series, of course, or the M series. Now I'm going to switch that into the comfort mode, so it kind of relaxes a little bit. That lets it breathe. I like the suspension. I like the overall feel of this vehicle, and how comfortable it is, and how effortless it can accelerate. So really nice, great job. It's super quiet, it's super luxurious, and it's $50,000. So you know, recently I've done a review of a Toyota RAV4 Limited, and that one, when the hybrid configuration, was about $45,000. So this is $6,000 more, and you get into this luxury trim. Definitely can go against the best one, guys. If you're looking for one, don't hesitate going to the dealership, test driving it. I hope you like it. One thing to remember too, it is still a division of a Hyundai Motor Company, and I'm saying that because Hyundai's got definitely the best warranty up there. Because I gotta tell you, I love the 3.5. I love this one as well. Didn't really change my feelings. Yes, it is a tad slower. It's not as performance oriented as the other one, but it's also $15,000 less in this configuration versus the one that I've done before. So if you're budget conscious, definitely you can take a look at this. You're not going to be disappointed by driving it. And well, even if you want to just check it out for your own peace of mind, check it out. This is a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate every single view. I really appreciate every single subscriber that I get. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.